What if you could build your own AI agent without paying for OpenAI APIs? No cloud infrastructure, no deployment headaches, no monthly bills, just your laptop, a local LLM, and a simple web application. In this video, I will show you how to build your first AI agent using Next.js, Ollama, and then expose it to the internet using ngrok so anyone can access it publicly. By end of this video, you will have a working AI agent running completely on your own machine. Let's get started. Before we start coding, let's understand the architecture. User going to interact with the public URL which is exposed by the ngrok, and behind the scene Next.js application is hosted where the real logic happens, where agent API is being exposed and the HTML being generated. And the local Ollama model take a responsibility of generating agent responses. The important thing to understand is that the AI model is not running in the cloud. It's running locally on your laptop using Ollama. The Next.js application acts as the agent interface, and ngrok allows external users to access it securely. This is one of the simplest ways to build and share an AI agent. Let's understand what is an AI agent. Many people think chatbot is an AI agent. It's not. A chatbot simply responds to prompts. An AI agent can reason, use tools, remember information, make decisions, execute actions. We're going to follow these steps in order to build our agent. First, we're going to install Ollama, then create Next.js project, use agent APIs to connect to the Ollama, build the user interface for our interactions, and turn this complete project into AI agent. Use the ngrok so that our work can be publicly accessible to everybody. Let's start with installing Ollama. If you already installed the Ollama, that's fine. If you're the first time, then visit the ollama.com and copy the command and execute in the terminal. It's going to download the Ollama and install. Once installation is done, you need to get the latest model to be available so that Ollama can use to execute our prompts. So in our case, let's take the Llama 3, which is, depends on your bandwidth. It might take a little while. Once you have downloaded the Ollama, now start the server by Ollama serve. To test whether the model is working or not, just copy the URL and browse in a new tab. You will see the model information as a response. If you see the model information, you are ready. At this point, we have a local LLM running on our machine. Next, let's create a Next.js project which is going to help us to host our web application. You can execute this npx command to create a project and run your local dev and see if everything is up and running. Fantastic. This is fantastically working. Now, what I did is to make our development journey easy, I have created a code and merged into the Github. You can go to the Curious Architect 09 in the Github, clone the project, my first AI agent, and you will be good. For this particular development, we will be using VS Code. I encourage get it downloaded if it's not available. Go to VS Code editor and download and install. Once you are ready, just open the cloned project into the VS Code, and you need to do the pre-installation, like just do the npmi, which takes care of installing all the dependencies required for this project. So create a new file called env.local and define the two environment variables. One is to define the server URL and the model name. Look at this prompt. You will understand like how this is being structured, right? Like our project is generating a real-time architecture diagrams, whatever we ask for. And this behind the scene, it's going to use the React flow, and this prompt is made such a way that React Flow can understand the schema generated out of the response. Let's understand how the user interface component, which imports the React Flow to render the architecture diagram, and page.tsx is the main page. So let's understand the UI chart interface, how the chart interface is being built, and you can modify pretty much as you need. User input, a button, and the response window defined. User input is a text area. When you click generate response, response is being rendered in the React Flow. So what happens, like when user clicks on the button, a API call will be made to the Next.js server with exposed endpoint, and the Next.js process through Ollama, and the Ollama returns the response. Let's understand what's happening. User sends a message, API route receives the request, API route calls Ollama to process that request. Once the Ollama generates the response will be returned to the browser, and the browser takes and renders the architecture diagram for us. And we're going to use the ngrok to make this experience to the public so that anybody can access it. In order to set up the ngrok, visit the ngrok website and follow the installation guide provided. If not, you can, we have few readme files. Which one of the readme file is how to set up ngrok. So once ngrok is set up, you need to have a login credentials in order to use the ngrok. So subscribe to the ngrok homepage. It's completely free, nothing to. Once it's done, it's going to give you the token. Just copy that token and make sure you use that command to persist that token in your local machine. Once that is done, just execute the ngrok forward port command, which is ngrok http 3000, because our local host, we done that. Ngrok going to auto generate the public URL. It's a random URL. So just copy that URL and open in a new tab. You will see the exact experience what we saw with the local host. Now execute student management. And if you look at what's happening behind the scene, like the request is went to the Ollama, you will see the Ollama is processing one after other token, and it's building the React Flow schema for us. The diagram is generated automatically. That's a powerful, right? Like you are able to do it everything using your local machine. So why this architecture matters? This architecture teaches several important AI engineering concepts: separation of concerns, front-end, back-end, model layer, agent layer. Most production AI systems follow similar principles. The only difference is that companies replace local Ollama with the cloud-hosted models. The architecture remains largely the same. That's why understanding this setup is so valuable. Today, we build an AI agent from scratch using Next.js, Ollama, and ngrok. No paid APIs, no cloud deployment, no complicated infrastructure. If you found this useful, subscribe to The Curious Architect. In the next video, we will give this agent memory tools so it can start behaving like a real agent. See you in the next one.